Hi there. Just decided to turn the recorder on and see what I got to say. I've been here on this Saturday. It's been a nice kind of like appointment free, obligation free Saturday, which is my favorite kind. Family's gone out, so I'm just here by myself now, catching up on some Bill Maher clips from Friday night. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's March 21st. So the first day of spring out here. I'm here in my room, got my Diet Coke, testing out my setup, seeing how well this works. Using you don't need to know all the technical details, but it's Insta360 mic Air that I have here, and the receiver's plugged into my phone. I'm just testing out how this is going to work out. I'm going to try to do a little bit more recording and figuring out how to get some of the things that I've been working on video so that I can share more what's going on. A lot of forays into photography, into analog, so I've been working with cassette tapes, been working with black and white film, C41 color film, and just comparing the different formats, because I've always been into that. I found some old cassette tapes from when I was a child, and I remember carrying around this giant kind of boom box. It wasn't two speakers, it was one of those one speaker cassette radio cassette player recorders, but the thing was like, I would say, a foot and a half wide and maybe a foot tall. And I'd carry that thing around as young as a 6-year-old kid up till when I was, some of the later recordings I had were 11 or 12 years old, I think. And I would just take random cassettes and record on them. And so I found those, and I've been using this here. It's a Klim cassette player recorder, and it has this portion here with a little SD card slot, so you can actually directly play and record to MP3, which then gets deposited on this SD card that I provided, and then you could transfer them to your computer. Now, I mean, if it were up to me, I'd leave them on the cassette, because I think it's an excellent format. It's portable. It's a concrete, tangible thing that, this is my recording, right? But unfortunately, cassettes have a shelf life, and that's being very apparent as I play these back. I've had at least one tape just break, just because I pressed play on it. So we're getting at the end of the useful life of these cassettes, so I needed to preserve them somehow, and so putting them back on MP3, now they are infinitely copyable and on my my NAS drive now. And I'm thinking I might take those MP3s and just, because you can use this little player cassette recorder here to get MP3s and put them on a cassette, so I might just get some new cassette tapes and put them back, which of course will mean some fidelity loss, but you never really are looking at the most high quality recordings when you're dealing with cassette tapes, right? Other than that, I'm on this kick to get back into music production. I just recently ordered a Moog Mother 32 synth, which a lot of people say is a good introduction to modular synths. I don't really care about that whole good introduction thing. If it is or isn't, that's great. I want to be able to use the device as a synthesizer and see if I can get more understanding and more practice in making music in a hardware synth. I still think I'm going to be using my Ableton digital audio workstation, but I want to focus on just having a routine. And I think there are way too many choices when I'm confronted with Ableton by itself or with some of the other synths that I have. I have a Cobalt, what do you call it? I can't even remember the name. I think it's called M8 Audio. I'm not sure. I have to look at it. I have a Monster Audio. Man, I'm forgetting the names because I haven't pulled them out of the closet or the dusted them off in a long time. Micro Monster, I think is what it's called. It's an excellent synth, but it's so tiny. And then I have various others like a Behringer. It's kind of like the acid tone producer. Can't remember the name of that one either, but yeah, I have various hardware synths and was getting into it at a certain point, but then just kind of dropped off because there's just way too many choices. So I'm thinking, I mean, a Moog Mother 32 is also going to present me with infinite choices of patch cables, and I think it's, well, what I hope is that it will actually help me discover how to make sounds that I like, that I could use. That's going to take a little bit of perseverance. It's going to take some routine. I know if I don't always feel like it, I'm not going to do it. So I set myself out for a schedule of every other day working on it. And we'll see how that goes. Other than that, the martial arts continues. You can see back here I have my belts on display. I am now a brown belt, but I really feel like I really got to practice. I'm so out of it. I'm forgetting everything. And it's all cumulative. As you get to higher ranks, you have to practice everything before it, plus learn the new complicated and more techniques and forms. It's just a lot to remember. So if I'm not on it like I am with this music or with photography or any of the other things I'm pursuing, it's just going to be a perishable skill. And then lastly, you know, I just really am into handwriting, longhand. So I want to form a routine around that as well. Then I got my books that I'm working on. I'm finishing this book. It's called Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I've been reading this for a few months now, and it's been slow going, but I'll be done soon. I just discovered something called systems theory, which, if you really think about it, everything, like probably the human body is one of the best redundant systems you can ever come up with. I mean, everything. You got 2 kidneys, you have 2 eyes, you have 2 ears. It's like everything has a backup. And it's only when a lot of things fail together that you start having actual health issues. Some things can fail individually and your body knows how to work around it. And it's pretty amazing if you really think about it. But, you know, that's a side thought, but I was just talking about, you know, what are ways that I can, you know, think about things in terms of keeping things redundant, being prepared, you know, the prepper mindset. And the phrase systems theory came up, and resilience engineering. And I was like, there's an actual like path of study around systems and around redundancies and about resilience. And I'm like, and then so I checked online, and this was recommended as a great primer and very approachable introduction. So Thinking in Systems by Donella H. Meadows. I'm going to be starting this pretty soon. It might be some dry reading. We'll see. I don't know. And then, of course, I've been working on my Stoic Philosophers. So I have here, let me get it. Oh, another one that I've been working on. Seneca, Dialogues and Letters. So partway through that already, and just reading through on some of Seneca's thoughts. Very interesting philosopher. So those are what I'm working on in terms of paper books. All but given up on ebooks unless it's something I really am interested in. And there is one ebook that I got, and I use this remarkable tablet to view it. And it is called Area Intelligence Handbook by Mike Shelby. Written in 2005. It's only available as an ebook, and that's why I have it on this, so you can see. That's my started on this, but haven't really gotten through it in the past month because of all the other books I've been working on. But it just talks about if you're getting prepared, if you're like thinking of scenarios, outages, things like that you want to prepare for, understand the area that you're in. And that makes perfect sense to me. So it just kind of spells that out in an organized way. I think we as humans are definitely, our role here is to organize things that are around us. And so all of my endeavors here are like that. Just trying to organize where I am. Make order and sense and almost curate the things that are just bombarding me in my life. But yeah, audiobooks I've been working on. I just finished the latest of Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which was recommended to me by my sister. It's an excellent series. I highly recommend it. Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman, and it's narrated by this guy Jeff Hayes. But the thing is, if you listen to it, Jeff Hayes does every voice, and there's so many characters in these books. There's 7 books right now. I've listened to all the audiobooks. I don't have the physical copies. It's best as an audiobook because it's almost like a show. And every voice of every character, male and female, is done by Jeff Henneman, with some exceptions according to what I Googled. But it's like all but 2 voices are Jeff Hayes, and they're brilliant. Like, you wouldn't think that it was the same person doing those voices. So highly recommended. I went through all 7 books. It took me a few months to do it, but very engaging. It's hard to describe, but it really is an adventure. And it's sci-fi, but it's mixed with a lot of humor, some way out of whack things. Like at a certain point, Dungeon Crawler Carl finds the decapitated head of a sex doll, and it's actually alive. Not alive, but it's like animated by a demigod, I would say, or maybe a god. It is a demigod in this dungeon. And then so all of that already is like very far-fetched. But then this character is not just like some side entertainment that comes up. She, the decapitated head, just as the head for thus far in all the books, becomes a regular sidekick and has plot points attached to her, and it's just hilarious. But that's just one example of all the craziness. Dungeon Crawler Carl, or just Carl, has a cat, and the cat talks, and the cat is very intelligent, but also very much a cat. And you can picture this cat. It's probably an orange one, fluffy with a flat face, one of those show cats. Hilarious. But I'm done with that, waiting for book 8 to come out, which is due to come out in May, so gotta wait. So in the meantime, I noticed that from the Skippy series, the Expeditionary Force books, book 19 came out, which is a great one. Well, look at that. It's been 15 minutes already of me just rambling, and this was supposed to be a test recording. So I'll call it here, and then I will talk with you more later. Thank you.